Welcome to our first screencast for DLI statistics. In this class, we'll be talking about what is statistics. So the way I define statistics is that it's the science of making meaning from empirical data. So this involves collecting, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting data. But we have a word here I want to make sure we focus on what it means. This term empirical. Empirical means something that's verifiable by observation or experience rather than pure theory or logic. We'll see further on in the course that we can develop models still and generate data using those models and compare them to the collected data. So this is a lot like the dialogue that goes on between theoretical and experimental science in the natural sciences. And in fact, we use statistics quite a lot to further quantify our understanding in natural sciences. Some terminology before we start looking at data. We have a term individuals. These are entities that are described by a set of data, and individuals might be people, but they might be animals or leaves or cars or other objects. Individuals have properties that we can associate with variables. So variables are characteristics of those individuals, and those variables can take on different values. For example, an animal might have a mass. It might have a length of tail. Leaves might have a number of points on the leaf, or mass. They also might have properties like color, which are variables even if they aren't numbers. As we noted, variables fall into two categories. One is called categorical. A categorical variable measures something that is not associated with a number. So these might be something like color, gender, flavor, these kind of attributes that can be specified more or less, but are not associated with an order. A quantitative variable, on the other hand, is something that does take on numerical values, that generally have a property of being orderable. If we want to perform arithmetic operations on data, like averaging, that only makes sense for quantitative variables. And the distribution of a variable tells us what values it takes and how often it takes each of those values. Next, we're going to look at some graphical tools for describing distributions.